This was a school steeped in racial discrimination. As soon as Carl stepped onto campus, he was met with a wad of spit. He didn't say a word and quietly walked into the barracks. The drill instructor held a welcome ceremony for him, but none of the white students were willing to room with him. One by one, they all left. In the end, only a stuttering recruit stayed behind. He, too, had been a frequent target of their bullying. The large dormitory was left with just the two of them. That night, someone threw a bucket of cold water on Carl. When he ran outside, a high-pressure water hose knocked him to the ground. Then the drill instructor held his head down in a bucket of water. This was the U.S. Naval School. Under the shadow of racism, most black men kept their heads down and suffered in silence. But not Carl. He wasn't willing to live his life just getting by. He had a dream, to become the Navy's first black Master Chief Petty Officer. He enlisted, but because he was black, the only job they'd give him was working in the kitchen. On board the ship, segregation was still in full force. White sailors cooled off by swimming in the ocean, while black sailors could only watch from the deck. Carl refused to accept that. One day, he dove into the water. The officers ordered men to pull him back, but Carl swam too fast. Seeing his determination and potential, his superior recommended him for Navy diving school, but no black man had ever been admitted before. From the moment Carl stepped into the school, he was fighting a battle that never really stopped. In one brutal training session, the drill instructor picked on Carl's roommate, the stutterer. He shoved him into the water and demanded he hold his breath underwater for 4 minutes, a task no one could survive. The instructor expelled him on the spot. Carl was filled with guilt, but that guilt fueled his resolve. He pushed himself to the limit in every training session, always aiming to finish first. But there was one problem. Carl had never gone to school. He couldn't pass the written tests, so he went to the library and begged others to help him study. One woman asked, "Why would a black man work this hard?" Carl looked at her and said, "Because I have to." Eventually, he scored a 76 on the exam. Then came a diving exercise gone wrong. One trainee's air hose got tangled underwater. Carl dove in to save him. The ship's structure was collapsing. One of the trainees panicked and tried to flee. Carl risked his life and pulled him out. Afterward, a commendation was issued, but it wasn't given to Carl. They gave the honor to the coward who fled. Everyone knew who had really saved the man, but they couldn't bring themselves to award a black man. Then one day, Carl got a phone call. His father had passed away. Heartbroken, he went to a bar to drown his sorrows, but the bartender refused to serve him because he was black. A classmate told him to get lost. Even the drill instructor showed up and taunted him. But this time, Carl had had enough. He challenged the instructor. A breath-holding contest. If he lost, he'd leave the school. But if he won, the stuttering recruit would be reinstated. The instructor agreed.